vacation. I am your charismatic host, Che Bums, along with my younger sibling,
Danny Bums.
That's right, and we're back. Good to be back. Missed this last week. I was on vacation. I was on the other side of the continent. I also missed the biggest fight in UFC.
Other side of the world.
Outside of the world. I also missed the biggest fight in MMA history, UFC history. We'll talk about that. But this weekend, to me at least, solely belongs to the shirt that I'm wearing. It was a big Bellator weekend, back-to-back nights, Friday, Saturday. The two semifinals for the heavyweight Grand Prix, and we got a sort of final for January 26th. Friday winner was Ryan Bader when he won via UD against Matt Mitrione, both former UFC fighters, top 10 fighters in the divisions. And last night, me and Danny Bums, for my birthday, went to watch Chael Sonnen versus Fedor Emelianenko up on Long Island. And Russia is 2-0 again. They won last week and they won again this week. And Fedor Emelianenko knocked out
Chael Sonnen,
the American gangster. That's right, in the first round, which sets up the playing field for January 26th. Fedor Emelianenko versus current light heavyweight champion Ryan Darth Bader. So thoughts about last night's Bellator event?
Yeah, they both can say goodbye to their holidays.
Yeah. They're going to be training because they're fighting like January 26th, so it's about 3 months out. So yeah.
Not even that. Anything that came before that, the last couple of weeks too.
Mm-hmm. So everything is gone. So we'll see what happens. Your thoughts on the card yesterday? Obviously Ben Henderson also fought last night.
Yeah, it was cool seeing him.
He dominated that fight.
Yeah, he was cool. He was dope. He was a little annoying at the end with the post-fight interview.
Yeah.
Trying to make a name for himself, calling out. I mean, not calling out, but like, going at
having that. Basically having.
Athletes. I get it. It's a title that he once held.
Yeah. No, it was just him trying to get athletes to be held to a better standard. That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Just be, because like you said, kids are watching all that stuff. The whole spiel. But yeah, he dominated the fight.
Yeah.
On the ground and striking. The other guy, I think his name was Sawad or whatever his name is. He held in there because he almost got tapped out a couple times. But it was a good fight overall. And Fedor won, so he's now in the final picture against Ryan Bader.
Yeah.
I guess if we quickly go through it, if you were the betting man, Fedor versus Ryan Bader, who you think will win that fight January 26th?
Ryan Bader.
Right. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Look, we left after that because we just traffic and all that stuff. So they squared off at the end. Ryan Darth Bader with the white shirt, and obviously the Russian Fedor Emelianenko,
who's actually also the light heavyweight champion of Bellator.
Yes, and if he wins,
soon to be
champ.
Heavyweight champion of Bellator.
Because Rory tried doing it 2 weeks ago, and he
failed miserably.
He got welcome to the big leagues, and he just got destroyed by Gegard Mousasi.
Yeah. That was wild.
But, I got to give it to Bellator, and I always mention this. They usually get this whole thing, they're second tier MMA, but they really have picked up the slack a lot these past couple of years with getting older fighters coming back, former UFC veterans, former title challengers in UFC.
That was that's how the fight ended. Yep. The ground and pound.
Ground and pound game.
Fedor on Chael Sonnen.
And before that, I think Fedor had knocked him out twice. Knocked him down twice, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, it was an extremely entertaining round.
It was. It was. But I told Danny Bums, I think right before the fight started, I'm gonna end in the first round.
Yeah.
Probably second at most, but I thought in the first round, the way Fedor fights and just with him, if Fedor wins, always usually like a first round knockout. He knocked out Frank Mir in the first round. Chael's more of a either he taps you out or you go the distance with Chael Sonnen. That's just his game. When he fought in the first round against Quentin Jackson, went the full distance. When he fought Wanderlei Silva last year in New York City, went the distance. So that's just Chael's game. That's all he is. But Fedor is, you get knocked, you're done. So, but yeah, like I give props to Bellator. They're coming up. They're still behind UFC, but they just done so much of the league, MMA game in general. These Grand Prix tournaments. Scott Coker has signed veterans, former UFC title challengers, up and coming talent. Aaron Pico, who's probably one of the hottest MMA prospects. I'll tell you what, Aaron Pico is probably hotter than Sage Northcutt right now.
Yeah.
If people want to talk about MMA, up and coming guys. But yesterday we were also for a treat. Yesterday we saw Ariel Helwani live, and we saw Conor McGregor's
Coach Kavanaugh.
Yeah, we caught.
It was
them.
amazing.
It was.
It just proves to show how like so personal and small that arena is, because you walk in and like the arena is literally right there.
Yeah.
So first floor, we're walking around looking for like our section, and then we see like this little booth. And I'm like, no, there's no one important there, because no way a booth can be so close to like the fans and to the entrance. He decides to walk closer.
Closer as he was there.
And from the second I see boom Ariel, and then the guy next to him, boom, Coach John Kavanaugh, and I flip the hell out. I go crazy.
Then Danny Boone's had the Conor McGregor jacket on.
Yeah, for the fight for last week. And he goes like, yeah, let's see that. He's like, there you go. I'm like, yeah, man.
But yeah, we got ourselves for treats.
That was awesome.
Like I said, the arena's small. I was very surprised. From the outside, it looks big, but like you literally go into your section and you go up one staircase and you're right there.
Yeah.
But we ourselves went down the stairs. We got seat upgrades.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of empty for a big.
It's very, very different. Nothing compared to like
arenas,
Barclays or
MSG, big venues. Yeah. It's like it's like a mid-sized venue.
Yeah.
But I was surprised with the empty seats for a big Bellator fight. Obviously bigger than Friday night's event.
Mm-hmm. Where was that at?
Connecticut, which is like another of like their big spots. It's at a casino, I think Mohegan Sun. But yeah, surprised with some of the empty seats, but still great venue. Wasn't a bad drive for us. We're like about an hour away with no traffic, so it was good. But we had a good time. I bought this shirt. We even got some free publicity. 50 Cent was there. We saw 50 Cent. His music played the whole night.
Yeah,
that was cool.
It was cool.
And besides that, I mean, overall, I had a good time. The first 3 fights, I can't say too much because Bellator for me is just something to follow, and I know the big fighters. I can't name any of these small guys that are fighting.
Yeah.
But I think overall, the card did justice. New York, Long Island, obviously, which is a big MMA scene in New York. New York is probably Long Island the biggest MMA scene. In New York.
I think someone of Ray Longo's guys fought, and it was like his debut, and
probably in the prelims, I think, right?
Yeah, and he won.
Yeah. So Long Island is known for a big MMA scene for New York, because New York City, at least to this point, doesn't have a big MMA community where people are professional fighters in these big leagues. Usually Long Island is where they're coming out of. Rain Logano, Matt Sierra, all that stuff. I think you said Aljamain was there last night or something like that.
Aljamain, all of them were there. Aljamain and Janelle was there. I didn't see Chris. Right?
Yeah. So the celebrities always come out. MMA fighters always come out. Whatever it is. Like I said, Coach John Callahan was there. Obviously, every how to cover the show. He was there. We caught a glimpse of him real fast. Took a picture of him. But I mean, that's all I have to say. I mean, Friday night Bellator, we didn't watch it. We went out for my birthday, but obviously the main thing there was that Ryan Bader advanced to the final for the heavyweight Grand Prix. So we'll take it from there. So anything else about Bellator related you think we should touch upon?
No, I mean it was cool. Let's see. All cards were 3 minute, 3-5.
Which
is weird. Whatever.
The Grand Prix for me is very weird because we saw 2 weeks ago the first round of the welterweight Grand Prix for some awkward reason was 5 rounds.
5-rounder, and it was a boring one too.
It was very boring. Douglas Lima.
And then all the fights here were all 3 rounds. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's in their clause because they're so old they don't want to fight.
I think that's probably it too. Like going and to avoid injury or avoid some kind of So I guess that does make sense coming from that standpoint. But overall, great card. 50 was there. He gave the heavyweight. You saw his bottle, right? You saw that, right?
Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah, it's part of his promotion.
Yeah, so...
Speaking of 50 Cent, he's been campaigning hard.
Oh, yeah.
For Khabib Nurmagomedov to come over to Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
As expected, Khabib Nurmagomedov is now a ultra superstar. His Instagram followers have gone up in the past week, probably like 5-6 million. Yeah. So I mean, that's what happens when you beat arguably the biggest athlete in the planet.
Yeah, hands down. Hands down.
I guess we're going to talk about UFC 229 now? Or?
Yeah. Since we're in that topic, we're in the Russia MMA dominance right now world.
I mean, we have to talk about it. It's a combat sports podcast, but when we talk about UFC 229, the biggest UFC card in the history of the UFC. Well, the biggest fight.
Biggest fight to this point.
I don't know about the card.
Yeah.
The card was good. It was
built nice. Michelle Waterson.
Michelle Waterson looked great. was fun. The people that I'm with are I'll watch it. Are not really much MMA fans, but they enjoyed every fight, every fight. And the people that I was with are all Conor McGregor fans.
So it makes it more fun for him.
So when we saw, they were all my friends really enjoyed every fight, like I said. And they enjoyed the co-main event. They loved the co-main event. And then after Khabib, it's so funny. This is how the universe works. We're driving in the car back, and everyone in the car is screaming, "You know who Khabib should fight?" Mind you, these kids don't even watch.
Yeah.
They go like, they should fight that Ferguson guy. I'm like, if you guys.
They have no idea what they're talking about.
And I told them, I'm like, yo, they've been scheduled to fight 4 times, and like that fight is cursed, and they just throw it. Just that's the fight to make at 155.
No,
and then now that the whole Diaz and Poirier thing is off, which completely that was probably the most interesting fight of UFC 230. Now the only fight I care about is the Chris Weidman one.
Yeah, to be honest, and even with the announcement, I guess it was over the weekend or this week, I forget what day it was, when they announced that Derek Lewis versus Daniel Cormier main event. I guess it justifies the card.
It makes sense in the UFC standpoint because the UFC will give, and it goes back to what Jorge Masvidal said. You do something crazy, you'll get a title shot.
Yep.
Derek Lewis did something crazy to UFC 229. That's another match me and my friends went crazy for. We saw Derek Lewis get his ass kicked for 3 rounds for almost 15 minutes.
90% of the fight.
Maybe like 97,
there
96. You go. And we're all whatever. All of a sudden, Derek just clocks him, and man, he just like 15, 20 seconds left. He destroys him, and then maybe like 10 seconds left. The fight's over.
And this was the Russian, right? Alexander Volkov.
Yeah, the guy who beat Verdum. Yeah. Who knocked him out back in London.
Yeah, a couple months ago, I remember that.
And then literally the whole crowd got up at the venue I was at.
Huh.
It was insane. That's the only part of the night when I went crazy for. Well, and then there was the Ferguson fight, and then the main event. We were all really quiet.
Because you were all like on the fence. You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Oh my god,
you were all
we didn't know
what
to do.
Yeah, fortunately I couldn't watch it because where I was it was like 6 a.m, so I was already in bed.
But it goes back to say. So what I'm trying to say is that fight was made with Derek Lewis because not just that, and his post-fight interview was amazing. It's just like, obviously his Instagram followers went up like he had like 500,000 now, and then he had 1 million in like 3 days.
So it went up half.
So obviously UFC loves to make money fights. So he goes like, oh, let's do that. Like, and then they gave Derek Lewis
skyrocket.
Yeah, and I mean, and I feel like fans, I feel like the casual fans, which for some reason I feel like promoters care more about. What do promoters care more about, like casual fans or diehard fans?
I think so.
Because the diehard fans would want to have seen Stipe.
Of course.
Casual fans love Derek Lewis. So like my friends.
Well, it's like I told you. I think yesterday when we were at the fight, like a lot of this stuff is off the coattails of fighters. Off their performance, off their interview, off the altercation. So a lot of this is promoters, I guess, into a certain extent. Part of the equation is, how can we get more people to watch this, or the casual? How can we get the casual fan to watch the next pay-per-view, or the next time this fighter fights? I think that's part of the equation that
And I guess that worked out for them.
It did. In this case, it did because UFC 230.
And it's so funny because what Joe Rogan asked him, he goes like at the end of the fight, he goes like, this definitely puts you in line for a title shot, and he tells him, get the hell out of here with a title shot, man. I don't got no cardio for that. And 2 days later, he accepted the fight against Daniel Cormier.
You take it, and then there was that interview that I think.
And I guarantee you, most people want to see him win.
Oh yeah, like
I would love to see him win. I don't think he's gonna win.
And like you said, most casual
Cormier
fans
is a very smart fighter.
Like you said, like most casual fans who saw that interview, they probably think, "Oh my god, I want him to win when he fights whoever that he's fighting next," which is Cormier.
Yeah, of course, like my friends.
Yeah, but yeah, I like Derek Lewis. I've known him from a couple of years. He's had 1 loss like in the last 8 fights. He lost to Mark Hunt. I think last year he got knocked out. But he bounced back this year nice. He's 3-0 so far this year. So going for the 4th one. So we'll see what happens.
So the main event.
Yeah.
The biggest fight. It was
McNuggets.
I like that I didn't do a podcast the day after that because I think the information and
the reaction, I guess,
the information and everything, just I needed time to digest to see what I've seen. So this is obviously
take it day by day, and then there you go. That's
Khabib catching
in the chin, I believe.
McGregor, yeah. So this is my assessment of the fight, and actually watching the Joe Rogan podcast this week with Coach Kavanaugh, my new friend. And that's why yesterday, man, so amazing, because I'm like, this whole week I watched your interview, bro. Because it's like a 2-hour interview. And
the whole thing?
Well, I did it at lunch, like different days at lunch.
Oh, okay.
That's why I've seen this guy every week, so when I saw him, that's why I recognize him in 30 seconds.
The culmination. Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I'm like, yo.
Because you're not a fan.
No. I'm saying, so I saw him. I go, Danny, I think that's him. I recognize Ariel.
No, I saw Ariel, but like my mind just cool. That's Ariel, but that's John Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
that's the man who made Conor McGregor.
The man who made Conor. That's absolutely correct.
So going back, seeing that interview, and you know what, seeing the way Conor has conducted himself post social media, I feel like it's something what John Kavanaugh told him after 205. He shook his hand, and he said, "All right, man, this was fun. Thank you."
Because he assumed that Conor was done.
He said, "Yeah, you did everything you wanted to do." And I felt like after that, and then after the Floyd fight with all that money that he made, and after the whiskey and stuff that he's doing really good with that.
Yeah, his wardrobe.
I felt like not just that. When you see him the night of that fight, the way he walked into the octagon, like so carelessly.
Really,
I feel like, and what he told Khabib after the second round, disregarding the fourth round where he got finished, the second round was his worst round. His first round was super boring.
You told me, yeah.
Second round was super boring. They literally were. It was so boring. Second round was Khabib went crazy. Third round, Conor definitely won. Fourth round, it ended. After the second round, he got up and he looks at him. He goes like, "It's only business." And that's when it all made sense to me. Conor just took this fight that pleased the fans and for the money, because Conor. I mean, to me, I feel like Conor. He doesn't, not just that. You see his Instagram post. I feel like he's at a different mindset from now than when he lost to Nate Diaz. Diaz, he went into this quiet, like
social media blank, kind of like LeBron James.
This is like,
this is a different Conor McGregor here.
Because I feel like he did this for the fan. Like the fans needed to see this. I feel like he said like the hunger's kind of died. He doesn't. Even when he lost, I'm like, you know what, man? Like, this guy did so much for the sport of mixed martial arts. He took that company and that sport to like bigger than Lesnar, Jones, and Ronda. Like, big. That's what it felt to me.
It was and
not just that. You know what was a big indicator? You know, right before a fight starts, you got to stand behind the line. Yeah. And you have to get ready. You know what Conor did?
What was he doing?
He walked up to him. Literally, when Herb Dean says yeah. He walks up to him in the Vince McMahon. I'm like, what are you doing? You're fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. And that's when it all. And I just thinking every scene the Kavanaugh interview,
you break
the
down
social media posts. I mean, that's how I think about it. And you know what? I'm sure Conor will fight again.
Of course.
I think he should do the whole super fight. I don't know.
I think if Conor ever returns to that state of mind, it's like you said. I think if he fights Nate Diaz.
And another thing. It's not just that, but he just took too much time off to fight a man.
He took 23 months off.
That caliber.
Right? No, he took 23 months off because
when he was getting outboxed, I'm like, this is impossible because Khabib is not the best boxer.
Oh, he's just
and he was getting
good
boxed.
Striker, gets through.
He was getting outboxed, and he even caught McGregor. Like even
Khabib
told Leonard Edelby, he goes like, I dropped McGregor. Mayweather couldn't do that. Last night when they linked up at the season 2 World Boxing Super Series in Russia.
Khabib was there.
I forgot. Round 1 of the 140 division. The one Mayweather kid is there. That's why Leonard was there. Andrew Chabidi.
Yeah, you mentioned them. I remember.
And also the kid from New Orleans that's represented by Lil Wayne. He's there. Okay, so obviously the first round of season 2 started, and I think it was in Russia.
And the honorary guest was Khabib.
No, he was just there because that's his country.
Oh, I thought it was honorary.
And obviously Leonard was there because Andrew Chabidi's in the corner, and he won actually. Maybe he advanced in the next round.
During that video, right? At Leonard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so Conor he shouldn't. I felt like he should have. He really should have fought. Should have let him fight Frankie back in March.
And Yeah, right. I remember he said he reached out.
Yeah, I think RDA at 170 like would have. I mean, would have beat him.
Yeah.
Because they also wanted the fight against RDA for the interim.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's old.
Oh, I remember that.
So.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
my.
I think just rebuttal a little bit what you said about Conor, how he did so much of sport in a small amount of time, in about maybe a year worth. Because remember he beat.
No, from mid 2015, from when he won the interim.
Yeah,
to the end of 2016, a year and a half, he became. He propelled. Obviously, everything leading to that was helping him.
Yeah, obviously, but
then after the win against Mendez.
The sky limits are off for him, so you're absolutely correct. It was a small window, obviously he capitalized in it, but
he's fighting at 231 actually.
Who?
Mendez.
Oh yeah, he's been
against
back.
The Renato guy.
Oh, Renato Moiciano, yeah, okay. It's a good fight for both of them. But yeah, that window of a year and a half, it propelled him to, like I said, elite status, rock status. But to me, and I understand what he's done to sport, but to me, it doesn't validate him as one of the greats because he's never, he did everything he said he did, 2-time champ. But for me, at least for me, the greats is you gotta defend your belt. So I love Conor, I do, I love what he did for the sport, but I just can't validate him a lot just because he hasn't defended his titles at all.
Yeah, and technically this fight was technically his
technically speaking,
title defense, even though he wasn't the champion.
Yeah, you're right.
But
still, regardless, 2-3 years later, a year later, whatever it was, 2 years, 23 months to be exact.
I think he'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
Is it against the rematch?
Well, he did say, and like I said, it could be off motion or it can be off the high.
Another thing, and maybe, and I completely agree with Shannon Sharp. It happens a lot for people who take a lot of damage. Like even in boxing and MMA, something, and like a lot of fights can take years off your life, your career, and the wars with Diaz and even the McGregor fight, like maybe that might have worn on him, and eventually this fight wasn't easy, so like it's just like if I just don't. I mean, money wise, John Kavanaugh said it in the interview. He goes like, at the end of the day, this is a business.
Yes.
The most money makes sense. The most money. The best move is Khabib, McGregor too,
of course,
business wise,
in a business perspective.
But I understand it's a business, so they're probably gonna make that. But the fight to make
is Ferguson.
Because remember, the casual fans will always in any sport will always outweigh the hardcore fans because the casual fans are gonna bring in way more money.
They get people to come.
So I want to see against Ferguson, but it's probably gonna be McGregor. And if McGregor, if the thing is,
it depends how long.
You know what the thing is, and what if McGregor beats him?
That's true. And then again, it all depends on how long also McGregor takes time off. If he takes too much time off, obviously
I think he'll be. I mean, obviously you have to wait for the sanctions of the stuff that happened after the fight. Which I don't really want to get into that topic. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the next week because I think the hearing's the 24th, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, it was a big mess. Obviously, the altercation post-fight, what happened. You saw that Khabib jumped off the cage, went to attack Dylan Dennis, and then Khabib's brother laid a nice one on the chin to McGregor. So,
well, Conor punched first.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. So we'll see what happens with the repercussions next week. And like I said, that'll probably give us some kind of timetable of when Conor comes back, when Khabib comes back, next title fight, next title challenger, interim, whatever, So
yeah, we don't know. Obviously, there's other players. There's 4 other players on top of the picture right now. Definitely not Eddie Alvarez because he said bye.
Yeah.
It's the Diaz, the Poirier, Conor, and Tony.
Yeah, I've said it. Man. Lightweight division's murderer's row in UFC.
So the fight at the end of December. Sorry, I mean I might love Al. I hope he wins, but I don't think he's in the picture.
No, but he's still top 10.
But so we have to see what happens with that. Personally, I think Tony should have jumped in to fight Nate Diaz.
I absolutely agree.
But I think Tony would have killed him.
You think so?
I think Tony. I think Dustin's good, but I don't think Dustin can beat Tony.
I don't think Dustin's striking as good as this can counter Nate's.
You know what the thing is though? I was saying to this guy, I know, I'm like, that fight against Poirier is going to be a strictly like a boxing striking fight.
Classic.
They're not going to go down.
They're not.
They're not going to try to do some ground.
They probably got knocked out. But I was so looking forward to that. I'm like, yo, this fight. Wow. I go, this fight makes sense.
Yeah, mouth watering, but
and for me, it was more because I wanted to see Nate Diaz back again. That's why.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Nate more back. But I also like Poirier, like you said. It would be a striker versus striker match, to the end. But
yeah, that was it. It got 2.4 million. I believe that tops Mayweather Canelo, making it number 3. Number 1 being Maypac, number 2 being Maymac, and number 3 being UFC 229.
Maymac. Everything's a Mayweather promotion.
But if you notice, the top 3 pay-per-views, 2 of them have Mayweather, 2 of them have McGregor.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
There you go. Third time they'll fight for the third one.
Yeah.
Speaking about Mayweather.
Yeah. Do you guys want to see Khabib versus Mayweather?
I want to see Khabib versus a bear in the cage.
Yeah, for real.
But
going back, just to end that topic, I think if anyone, I don't know. Again, McGregor wasn't tip-top shape, but if anyone can beat, because Khabib, I don't think you can beat that style.
Tough.
And I feel like he has a chin. I don't know. But if anyone can beat him, if anyone, I think it's Tony Ferguson. That man is a monster. Even though he got rocked.
Yeah,
he got tested, but
because Pettis is also known for a little bit of striker. But at the end, he came out victorious. Speaking of Mayweather, he was actually in Paris when I was there.
You saw him?
No, but he went to the Eiffel Tower the day before I went. So that's the closest I've been to Mayweather ever.
You're moving real quick.
Yes, we had a big fight last night on ESPN.
Really big fight.
Top rank.
Like, it got a lot of views because of their weigh-in.
Was it on ESPN Plus?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
And the undercard was on
YouTube?
ESPN.
Oh, regular ESPN.
Yeah. So it was Terrance Crawford defending his first title defense of his 147-pound title of WBO against his, I assume that's his mandatory, Jose Benavidez Jr. He was undefeated like him. He used to fight at 140, and I don't know what happened there. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a grudge match. Weigh-in was crazy.
Yep.
I saw the last 6 rounds, and T-Bud looks phenomenal.
Knocked him on the last round, I believe, right?
Yeah, I thought he knocked him out early.
Where were they fighting at?
In Omaha, his hometown.
Wow, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Middle of nowhere.
So yeah, I thought he knocked him out early. I felt like the crowd wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You think it took long to knock him out in the last round?
No, I thought like the ref. I'm sorry. I thought the ref stopped it too early.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Whatever. I wasn't there. I'm not the ref.
Yeah.
But he did go down that round, so I guess the second time he was whatever. That's not the point. I'm watching this kid. I'm like, yo, this kid T-Bud is good. He's like very defensive. I'm like, but like his defense isn't as I felt like
his defense wasn't as sharp.
No, I feel like I'm seeing this kid because he's one of the phenoms he's actually one of the pound for pound kings. Because he was at 140, he was undisputed.
Yeah.
He began all 4 titles, and he
went
big hit and won this one against Jeff Horn back in June. This was his first title defense.
This is WBO, right?
Yeah, the red one, the dark red one.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crimson one.
Crimson, yeah.
And I'm seeing this kid. I'm like, let's see this kid. He's awesome. He's great. He looked amazing as Jeff Horn. I'm like, his speed is crazy, but like, now this is the Mayweather fan in me. I'm like, I felt like Mayweather was faster. I felt like Mayweather was more accurate. Whatever. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
He won. What's next for him? I don't know. Everyone wants to see Errol Spence, but this whole network thing is not.
Yeah, it's
very hard because Spence is with Showtime, and this guy's with ESPN Plus.
So Errol Spence with Showtime. Porter.
That's what
Porter's on
boxing.
Showtime. And
I saw a post today. I'm like, that's the only fight that. And
Thurman.
Yeah, this guy's the only one that's not in Showtime.
Well, Thurman's on PBC, right? Well, PBC is part of Showtime. Yeah. It's just
no. He won't defend his title on PBC.
No, yeah, that's obviously a premium network to say the least. But yeah, like I said, I mean that's the one thing about boxing. With all these,
it's horrible. Yeah.
All these players, I guess you want to call promoters, whatever you call it, just all these things.
Yeah, and then I saw this post today. I'm like, they showed a picture of both of them on Instagram. I'm like, can we please not wait 5 or 6 years for this fight? And it's looking like that because
all this stuff,
because
networks,
all these streaming things picked up and stuff.
So for you, who's the best at 147? Thurman wasn't fought in almost a year and a change. Porter.
Definitely not Shaw Porter. Definitely, he has 2 losses.
Yeah.
All the other guys have been defeated, undefeated.
So T-Bud and Errol Spence probably. Are they both at 147?
Pound for pound wise, T-Bud has done more because he won 4 titles in his previous division, and he won a title here. And I think he also won, I don't know how many titles he won, but at 135 he had a title. He's a 3-division champion. But who's better at 147?
Well, I
don't know.
It's kind of hard because, like you said, like Spence just won. He has 2 losses. Thurman hasn't fought in a year and change.
Porter just won.
Yeah, I'm saying Porter has 2 losses on his record,
and he lost to Thurman. So that's out of
Thurman hasn't fought in a year and a half. T-Bud had his first title defense, so he's a recent champion.
I guess Arrow.
Yeah, Errol Spence beat your boy 2 years ago, right? What's his name?
Kell Brook.
Then
he beat I almost said Pete Davidson. Lamont Peterson. In January, and then just now he beat his mandatory Alcampa.
But Mikey Garcia wants to fight him, right? I believe that's what he wanted.
Yeah, but actually, Mikey Garcia agreed to fight in February to defend this title against some guy.
Mandatory probably.
So that super fight's gonna have to wait.
Yeah, for the moment. But yeah, I mean, the 147 division, even for casual boxing fans, always been it's been the middle division. Always been a very popular division.
Exactly, that's what I called it.
Yeah, so those
titles are precious just because of that.
Yeah, so the people recognize at least 147. Oh, that's Mayweather.
So. Yeah, it's crazy. The night of Maypac.
Oh my god, that night was so boring, man.
Mayweather had 2 of them, and I think he won the 3rd one from Manny that night, right?
Manny Pac, yeah.
And Manny had one. That saying that at the press conference, he vacated them all. He said, "I don't want them anymore."
Yeah. It's just,
why he did it all?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'll say this again. There was this one time his career he had 3 belts at 147. He had 2 belts at 154.
Only he can do it. Only Mayweather.
Okay. Other breaking news. I guess we'll just wrap this up with a couple news. Canelo's back.
Yep.
He's fighting Rocky Fielding.
December 15th.
He's fighting
across the river.
Yeah, MSG. He says everyone has to fight there. The home of the champ. That's to me the home of the champ. So he's fighting of the 4 champions at 168.
Yeah.
He's not fighting any of them.
He's
fighting a champion because the WBA is very corrupt and they want money.
Yeah.
So after a certain guy has had a belt, and if a certain guy has a belt and he either has defended it more than 5 times or a couple times, or he has it with another belt, they create another belt called the regular champion.
Paper champs.
Yeah, it's like a stupid, weird version of an interim champion. So he's fighting the WBA regular super middleweight champion. The WBA super. Let me say the super WBA super middleweight champion is Callum Smith, who just won 2 weeks ago. Who's Liam Smith's little brother, older brother. So it's just
to me
of the 4 champions, he's definitely the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Manny Pacquiao is the regular champion at 147. The real champion being Thurman.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Yep, makes sense.
So yeah.
Well,
the way Dan Rafio said it. Go ahead.
To me, this is just HBO one last hurrah before it leaves.
We actually don't know if it's HBO yet.
Oh, you don't know it?
Yeah, no one knows it.
So it hasn't been finalized yet.
As of right now, the fight in 2 weeks, Danny Jacobs right now.
October 27th, which also be at the Garden, but inside the theaters, which is a little more small.
Yeah.
But to me, if this is HBO, if it does happen, for me, it's their last hurrah. They're obviously protecting Canelo, so it's just like one last time. If it's with HBO, I think that's it. One more time, one last show, Canelo. One more time, HBO, MSG, and get on a belt. I guess I don't know.
No, that's what Dan Rafio said. He said it goes like it's just another fight to get a belt in another division. Why not?
To me, it's not a big deal, but obviously Canelo sells New York City, big market.
And he'll technically be a 3-weight division champion.
Yeah, so
154, 160, 168. To me, that's a big leg.
That same night, there's a UFC fight.
And that's Sunday night is the Night of Champions. It's a big weekend for combat sports. It's probably the last biggest weekend.
Yeah, and then Bellator has their Hawaii event that weekend, so it's a big weekend overall because it slows down.
And then 2 weeks later, UFC closes the whole year.
The New Year's, yeah.
So yeah,
we're in that stretch right there. We got 2 months. We got about 2 months left. got a lot of WWE
Next week
coming up.
is the Zone card up in Boston with Boo Boo Andrade fighting a nobody.
The TD Garden, right? Really?
Because they ruined that card, man. Fucking Billy Joe Saunders, man. He's
that's other breaking news. But I guess the other, I don't want to say it's breaking news because it's,
I got this.
Again, with WWE. I don't know the full story yet, but apparently some American journalists went inside the I believe the embassy for the United States. That's
part of the point. I really want to talk about that. The fact that this might be canceled because of that controversy.
That's it.
Basically. The liberal in me is so happy.
So it's So apparently the rumor is that if it is canceled, they're supposed to be in the UK apparently because WWE has a big following in the UK. Obviously with NXT UK, and they work with Progress Wrestling, which is a big indie promotion in the UK. Like I said, not to get into personal topics, but that's basically what's been going on these past few weeks about this guy who's been missing and didn't show up. So I guess a lot of pressure has been put on WWE to react somehow because on their calendar events, Crown Jewel is not there for the moment. So the assumption is that reschedule to another country.
We'll see tomorrow if they even bring it up. If they don't bring it up tomorrow, nope, not happening.
I don't know if WWE
during Monday Night Raw.
I don't know if WWE will do that. I'm not sure if they'll really do that because also remember the SmackDown 1000 this weekend, so I don't know if they're going to do that. Or if they do, then it'll be on Monday Night Raw, like Danny Buns mentioned, because I don't think they want to ruin SmackDown 1000 at all.
So I mean, to be honest, I never liked the whole Saudi. I mean, again, it's always a business. It's a smart business move. I'm not really fond of like keeping the girls out of it. That's why I personally feel they're giving them Evolution to make up for it.
Yeah,
whatever. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm kind of glad this is happening.
Yeah, so. We'll see what
and
happens.
I'm not really a fan of these pay-per-view live shows like Super
Even
Showdown.
Super Showdown got great reviews
or
apparently.
Great Royal Rumble Crown Jewel.
It's just like I said. It's pay-per-view live show. That's all it is. It's just market money. All that stuff. So we'll see what happens. You see, my thing is if you want to do live shows that are like televised, I think go to UK because the WWE is very big in UK, very big with NXT UK. I think you just saw today the belts got released for the NXT UK Tag Team Champions. So
when is that ever on? Is that its own show or is that?
It's gonna be on WWE Network. I don't know when they're gonna start. They've already done episodes, but tape episodes. I don't know when they're gonna start like airing them. I'm not sure what the case is with that. But yeah, I mean I think that's pretty much it. We're going to the final few months of combat sports. UFC is quiet for the rest of the month. They have a fight in end of the month. Bellator is quiet till next month. So everything's a little quiet now. I think everything picks up after November.
We might not even record next week. That's how boring it is.
Yeah, there's no Bellator. There's no UFC.
There's just that the Zone card got ruined, so we might not even do.
Yeah,
this.
I mean we gotta see what happens. We'll play by ear unless there's breaking news or something like that or anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, we'll see. Guys, please follow us at bumtalk_ or email us at bumtalk1@gmail.com. Once again, bumtalk1@gmail.com. Please follow us at bumtalk_. We're almost at 50 followers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, trying me to go the year.
Our social media manager.
The year was to
he deals with it.
Shout out to the 2 verified people that follow us. A bunch of singers from the UK.
There you go.
Love
UK,
it. Thank
you. UK.
Your follow, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Hopefully WWE goes there for their next live show.
Definitely.
So anyway, that's from me. Then from me, Jay Bums, and my young brother.
Thank you for all the support. It means a lot.
It means a lot.
To all those to the few that watch this.
Yeah, whether it's a few minutes, whatever it is, just
thank you for the views, for liking, for the subscriptions, and if anyone ever wants, there's a bunch of chairs here.
There basically are. It's gonna be like
even if you don't know anything, we can show you clips, and then we can show you clips
and break it down for us,
and then you can tell us what you see.
Yeah.
So thanks again.
Thanks again. Like I said, next week will be up in the air. We'll decide, depending, because there's no Bellator, no UFC, there's nothing really going on, but we'll decide. This episode will be up later tonight, on YouTube. Thank you all, and have a great night. Take care. Peace.